You gang, I in the gang.
Can't stop me now, you can't stop me. Can't stop me now, you can't stop me. Need I remind you in case you forgot? You know I'm coming for that number one spot. Yeah, I can't be stopped. You know it's levels to it. Yeah, the only way to do it is to do it. Yeah, need I remind you in case you forgot? You know I'm coming for that number one spot. Yeah, I can't be stopped.
What up? I'm here with Dillon Weeks of Tapehead, horror actor and personal friend, and I'm so excited to kind of pick your brain, Dill, on what's going on. I keep calling it Tapehead too, but it's the first Tapehead. So what's going on, man?
No, man, just kind of celebrating, living on a high note here with the release of Tapehead, the return of Jacob Cobb, kind of soaking it all in.
Oh, dude, I'm super. We got some people here in chat. Let's see what we got here. We got Groovy Movie in the house. Hey, dudes, what's up? We got Raphael. Hello there, which is awesome because, you know, I love Ninja Turtles.
Hell
And
yeah.
we got Anthony up in the house. Mondo Video, what's up? Man, this is going to be awesome. We already got all my favorite peeps here, so I'm all excited. But
That's going to be a good time, man.
I put together, I do this with all my guests. I like to gauge their varying levels of ligma. Right now, I have debilitating knee ligma. It's making it kind of hard to walk around, but you're kind of jacked, so your ligma levels might be kind of low, but we're going to try to get you up as high as your T levels.
We'll find out.
So let's see what we got here. All right, so welcome to the mold test. All right, let's jump on in. All right, Evil is building a wall of tapes. Which slab would be perfect to complete it?
Ooh. So this is Evil's pick?
Yeah, well, no, this is, you're helping Evil out on his tape wall, and he needs one more tape that would be absolutely perfect to kind of build his tape wall.
Man, so there's two that stand out right away. I mean, these are all good picks. Some of my favorite movies here. So everybody that knows me or follows me on social media, Lost Boys and Gleaming the Cube are huge, huge movies for me. I'm gonna put Lost Boys in there.
Dude, I think Lost Boys is a solid pick. As people know, I usually pop that movie in when it's time for me to kind of simmer down a little bit. I'll play it late at night to kind of get a little sleepy, even though the movie isn't by any means a tiresome movie. It just helps me sleep.
Yeah, I've seen that movie probably 300 times.
What up, 3B Video? Hey.
Hey, Dustin.
Let's see. Well, we got some more people kind of shifting in here. Draculasaurus, what's up, thrift sitters? Thrift sifters. All right, cool. I like that. And we got Rob here. What's up, my brother?
Hey, Rob.
And guys, if you guys see anything in chat, or if we're doing this test and you see anything you guys might want to pick, go ahead and put your answers in chat, and we will try to take a look at them. All right, let's try another one. We got you kind of warmed up now, so I feel like so. But what was your final pick again? Lost Boys.
Lost Boys. Perfect
All right,
timing.
cool.
See my Lost Boys tee there.
Here, let me bring you in there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is dope.
Yeah.
Oh man, it has Alex
block
up
style.
Yeah. They're smart to put Alex up there where you can see him a lot better.
Where is he? Backwards.
Those are like the two best vampires too. I can't remember the other guy's name, but oh man.
Dwayne. Yeah, you got Marco and Dwayne.
Yeah, Marco and Dwayne. Okay.
Or no,
of course you know their names. Of course you do. Of course you do. Oh man, we got Liv dropping on in. Howdy, Liv. What's up? She was pretty cool in our last show. So welcome. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's jump on to another one.
Oh, that's my cake.
Yeah, to work your cake. You sent me that picture of that cake, and I was like, I was getting hungry, you know?
Yeah, man, that's my 30th birthday cake there. I represent for the Wu-Tang.
I am so sad that nobody bakes me a cake. Like I turned 30 and everyone's like, psh, psh.
You come up here for your next birthday, man. We'll make you a cake.
I just need to live up there. It's as simple as that. I've been kind of on the fence on it. And I'm like, you know what? I just need to do it.
Yeah, man. Come hang out with all your homies. Live close by. My wife, she'll bake you a cake. She's an amazing baker.
Oh, dude. I think your wife is the coolest. I have a little bit of, I think there's a slide or two kind of bring her up, but her support for you and the fact that she's in Tapehead is absolutely insane. I mean, you
Oh
can't
man.
get that level of support.
No, it's been great, man. To have her beside me and act in a scene with me. Kind of a quick tie into the first tape head. The shoot was pretty tight. We didn't have a lot of time, and I spied this moped, and I really wanted to try to squeeze in a pizza delivery scene. Didn't have time, but Dustin appeased me. He let me make a recommendation. He snuck in a pizza delivery scene in the new tape head. So much appreciation for him for doing that for me.
Oh man. I'm all excited, dude. I've been wanting to talk to you for so long. We had a little kerfuffle on getting you scheduled on here, which was crazy because everybody kerfuffled me at the same time. And I was like, I had like 4 people that I was like moving around. And that's why we had so many Tapehead shows kind of close to each other, but that was never supposed to be that way. Everyone's going to be tired of Tapehead.
No, never.
They definitely need to take a look at this movie. I think it'll set them straight for sure.
It's going to turn heads.
Brower, Illinois is calling your name. Hell yeah, dude. I need to get some of that Casey's pizza, even though I'm trying to watch my weight a little bit. I do miss Casey's. Let's see what Anthony. Love the killer prep you do for these podcasts, son. Well, thank you, dude. As you know, running a podcast is a lot of work. And I'm excited to see your endeavors, Anthony. So good luck. And I wish you the best because, dude, it is absolutely frightening to do these. All right, let's jump back into the ligma test. Let's see. All right. Tapehead is spinning some vinyl. What record makes the B-boys make the noise?
Oh man. So I have all of these. These are all in my personal collection.
Yeah, I was jacking them off your Instagram.
Yeah.
I just ordered the Tapehead one, so I'm all jazzed up. Everybody
in my household loves Rewind or Die, that opening track from Raven Hunter. Dude, we go hard to that. As soon as I got the vinyl in the mail, we had to throw it on. Everybody's having a dance party.
I wanted to open the show with that song, but I was like, dang, is that going to get me dinged by Dustin? So I didn't want to spoil anything. So I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't play that, but I just assumed that my opening had that cool song over it.
All right. So man, all personal connections to that Tapehead soundtrack aside, we all know Lost Boys is my jam. We're huge fans of Tim Capello in this house. My middle child loves Tim Capello. She thinks any song with a saxophone is amazing. But also anybody real close to me knows that AT Aliens is like one of my all-time favorite albums, regardless of genre. So that's what I'm throwing on.
Me personally, I think I'm going to do the Chronic 100%.
Dude, it's tough to go against that, but man, the Dungeon Family production on that Outkast album just still to this day blows my mind.
I'm trying to think if I've heard that Outkast. I don't believe that I have. Oh, man. I try not to fake the funk if I don't know something.
No, and it's one of those things, man. A lot of people know Southern Playalistic. A lot of people know Andre as he kind of got goofier and crazier in his style. But man, their second album for me, there's no sophomore slump. They came out super hard. The rhymes, and if you listen to the lyrics, Andre's spitting a lot of stuff that still applies like today. So it's pretty timeless.
I need to say goodbye to my buddy Rob. It's Canada Day. It's Canada Day there, or Canada's birthday, or something like that. And he's partying today, and he ain't gonna be able to be here at the show. But we have Groovy representing Canada while he's gone. So as long as we got one Canadian in chat, I think we should be all right. But Rob, have a great time, and I'm gonna miss you today, but I'll get a chat with you soon.
Yeah, happy Canada Day.
If we were on Dustin's show, it'd definitely be playing the Canada music for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Which dill is the most beast mode? I love this picture of you too, by the way.
Oh, I know it's one of my favorites.
All right, let's see what we got.
Ooh,
These are
good picks.
varying levels of jacked here.
Yeah.
I personally love what band is this down here?
So actually, that it's a solo artist named Cell Dweller, the guy with the red hair there, Clayton Scott. Obviously, my son's name is Clayton after him. Really cool industrial electronic artist. So when he tours, he takes a full band with him. That's me in the middle there in my thinner days, and then my boy Reese. We used to work at Pacific Sunwear together. And then whenever Cell Dweller would come through northern Iowa, we would hit him up. We saw this show in Waterloo. The show was on Valentine's Day. The picture was like 12:01, so technically the 15th. But yeah, Cell Dweller, one of my all-time favorite artists. He's got a record label called Fixed Records. He brings up a lot of really talented industrial electronic artists. So yeah, super cool guy.
How did you get in on that? Like, did you flash some badge or something? How do you get backstage with so many bands?
Man, to be honest, man, if you
Or
go
you
and
do the
approach
gun show and they just let you in, you know?
Yeah, if you approach those guys, not really like an autograph hound or like I don't know, like a fanboy, I just love talking to people. I always want to know what makes people tick. I get a little Rain Man. I want to ask them a million questions, and we just end up in conversation, and they're cool to talk to somebody who appreciates them as people, and not really as like icons or no idol worship. Just, hey, I want to shake your hand. Thank you for doing what you do, and then we always end up having good conversations.
You sent me quite a few different band photos. I only got that one in here, mostly because the slides were nearly finished. But
Sure.
It's insane how many people you know.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I approach them as someone who respects their art, and their talent. I don't go up to them. Like I said, it's not really idol worship. I think it comes across. I feel like I can connect with people, and they sense, like, I don't want to be cheesy and say like goodness in me, but I think people, they know that I'm coming from a place of appreciation and respect. And so I always seem to get their time.
Is there any advice you can give someone like, me, I'm trying to get in shape. Is there any way I could speed this up, at least legally?
Yeah, man, like I said, I'm all natty. It just depends on what your goals are. I took kind of different approaches. So the tape head pick from the first movie, and then the one, the flex there with my Gremlins case, that was a lot of bulk. So that was a lot of calories, a lot of heavy lifting, more of like a powerlifting routine to really just pack on mass. The top one there, I started to lean out a little bit, put on some cleaner weight for the second movie. Just all depends on what your goals are. You got to tailor your approach. Calorie intake is huge. That's the biggest thing, man. It's not really rocket science. If you're trying to get toned or slim down, you got to burn more calories than you take in. And for me, I'm trying to bulk up, so I always try to eat at a surplus.
I agree with you, 3B Video. I used to think I had big arms too until I met Dill. Dill's insanely jacked. Everywhere you go, I don't know if you notice it, but like all the chicks are like following you around, like the moisture levels in the room like amp up.
That's what my wife says. I don't notice it. I don't really pay attention, but yeah, she says that she sees other moms creeping on me.
At least she is mature about it and understands that you're a thirst trap and you can't help it.
No, she knows that I'm spoken for, so she's pretty confident.
That's awesome, man. That level of security I do not have. I would be like trying to cover you up everywhere. You need to dress more modesty, a little more modest.
No, she's pretty understanding and loving, so I'm all good.
Let's see. I got to give you a little bit of a hard time.
Oh, I love it.
What coasters make the best throwing weapons?
Ooh.
I figure we should have some physical media on this physical media style show. So I always forget to throw like VHS and DVDs and stuff on my show.
Man, let's throw that garbage pail kids at somebody. That'll do some damage.
Hey, I would take that, man.
Dude,
I got a
I
cool
love that movie.
I got a cool Japanese one I absolutely love of it. And
Yeah.
oh man, it's just the cover. It kind of looks like Godzilla. I should have brought it. I ain't gonna try to knock over my whole set trying to get to it, but it's pretty awesome.
No, I loved that movie as a kid, and it was hard to come by. You couldn't find it. It was a pretty big commercial flop. It really had like a cult following, kind of a niche market. And so when I finally found it I think I ordered it on eBay even. I had to hunt it down. But yeah, I love that movie, but that's the one I'd have to throw at somebody.
Um, I would throw a bunch of the original tape head at people, but I've given them to about everybody I know. Every time someone came over, I'd be like, I was in a movie, so I'd slip them that, trying to get some street cred. But I'm running out of that street cred, man. How do I get in a tape head movie? What do I got to do to get in another one?
Hey, everybody's asking Dustin when part 3's coming. Well, technically part 2. So
I don't think
know
he's gonna have any problem getting people jazzed up for that one.
No, we got some other stuff we want to do. We don't want to keep putting it to the back burner, but yeah, man, we're gonna have to get back to the Tapehead saga soon. Over the next couple of years, we're gonna have to revisit that.
So is that your final answer? The Garbage Pail Kids?
Garbage Pail Kids that's my damage doer.
Any excuse to play wacky sound effects, of course. We love a supportive spouse. Man, see, look, you're already working the crowd. I'll behave. Let's move on to another one. All right, let's see what we got. Cobb lost his favorite dinosaur at Casey's. Which dino dude was it?
Oh, yes. All right. This is fun. So, I do love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So a lot of people might not even know that Triceratron there is from Turtles. But also I'm a big Transformers guy. I'm gonna have to go with Grimlock. I was toting Grimlock around and I left him in the candy aisle at Casey's.
Oh, dude, and you ain't even full of Bolivian baloney. You've chosen correctly, man. You that was the right answer, 100%. Yes. That dinosaurs thing, I don't know. Those things always kind of freak me out because they look like a half of a fleshlight or something.
Oh, yeah, those little hand puppets.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Something about a rubber puppet is just creepy to me. It breaks all puppet rules to me.
I did have all the Land Before Time toys from Pizza Hut.
I didn't know what was going on with this. I don't know. It's like a malformed cat dinosaur.
That one on the bottom there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I wish I could put a cursor on here so you could see it, but let's move on. All right. All right.
Hey, there's my board.
Young skate toughs are running the block. Choose 2 for your skate team.
I like this lineup.
And you get to choose 2. So like,
I feel
like that's gonna amp, like you're gonna have the best skate team. I can already tell who you're gonna choose here.
Well, I'm taking Brian, of course, from Gleaming the Cube. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. Now, everybody loves Tony Hawk, and I do as well. Jason Lee, legendary Kevin Smith performer, former pro skater, like that dude. Mondo Gecko is one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite action figures too. When I was a kid, super stoked to get Mondo and his little skateboard accessory he came with. But in my heart, man, I got a soft spot for Bam. So I got Bam Margera and Brian from Gleaming the Cube.
Well, I think those would probably be correct answers. I'm going to go with Mondo Gecko and Earl 100%.
Nice. No, right, Jason, I love Mondo, but yeah, I gotta go with Bam. Maybe showing him some love will get him out of the gutter.
Unless I could be Mondo with the skateboard kid skateboard, then I would meet maximum coolness.
That's a pretty interesting combo there. You might win with that one.
I do love skateboard kid. I feel you, brother. I feel you.
That's underrated.
Fought 5 people at once. What was that a reference to? Or is that from one of those movies and I didn't catch the
Well,
reference?
I'm not sure. I know I'm a big fan of the CKY series. Mike Vallely fought like four random jocks, so I don't
Oh,
know if that's
okay.
what that's probably what he's calling out. Yeah, Mike Vallely threw down with five kind of frat boy looking dudes in one of the CKY videos.
Oh, that sounds like a tough fight. Frat
Oh,
boys,
he
you got them?
manhandled them. It was
Oh,
one on
that's
five.
awesome.
Yeah, he beat the stuffing out of them.
I was trying to think if I did as well. No, I did not do as well. Some for some reason I've gotten in fisticuffs a few times and I never do well, but
Luckily,
I'm just like,
I haven't had to very often. You know,
well, that's the key there for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, people tend to leave me alone. I've had a few in my day.
Uh, well, I mean, I got all kind. If you can't fight, you need a bunch of friends that can, and then you can just talk shit and kind of hide behind them. You know,
Yeah, just hang out with me. I got you.
I try not to talk too much shit, but I usually try to diffuse the situation if I can.
Yeah, humor, man. That's where humor comes in.
Oh yeah, dude. And if the fight's gonna go wrong, you could just like start taking your clothes off, and then nobody wants to fight you. They just want to get
Yeah,
away from you.
it
All right.
helps.
Well, let's move on to another one. Man, we're gonna get through your slides really quick here. The crew is hangry. Which chest pack has the best fruit snacks in it?
My signature fashion piece.
I didn't. I thought it was like a crew thing. Like when I met you, I thought it was just something that like movie guys did, but it's a Dill thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got a pretty nice collection of those things in all different styles and colors. Um, I've got one that's just a black one, and it says official because that's the brand I usually wear. Around here, for some reason, if I go to Casey's after dark, there's usually a couple people that think I'm a cop, and they get like super sketched out.
Hey, that's probably a good thing though. When people
Oh,
leave
they
you
love
alone,
it.
you know.
Yeah, the cashier at Casey's told me she loves it when I come in because everybody behaves.
I'm always on my mongoose, like trying to drive away from bullies and stuff. Like, oh crap, you know, doing bunny hops and stuff, and that's just going to end in calamity.
Every time.
I like Skateboard Kid 2. I'm trying to think if I've seen it. No, I have not seen Skateboard Kid 2.
I didn't know there was a sequel.
I need to see it though. That sounds amazing. Raphael, you might be onto something. I think I found what I'm going to try to watch tonight if I can find a copy. I bet that's hard to come by. I can't say even seen it in the wild. So,
Man, never heard of it.
that sounds awesome.
All right, so my chest rig here. I cannot remember the Cobra guy, the robot, but I'm going with that one.
Oh, the Cobra Bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
the one that,
BAT.
and it had that cool like hologram thing. You moved them around, and it did that lenticular or whatever. Is that lenticular?
Yeah, that's the word.
Okay, yeah, I always get them mixed up, but
Yeah,
I always
I'm
thought that
picking
was
the-
super cool. And except my brother peeled mine off, so I think
Oh,
we got in a
man.
fight over that for sure.
I would. That's the coolest part.
I was gonna try to rig me up a. Here, let me put my stupid horse away. Now that I'm not nervous, I was gonna try to rig me up a chest piece, but I only have like 2 balloons left, so I don't know that I could with just 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think you need probably 3 or 4. You make a nice balloon chest pack.
But maybe another time for sure. All right, let's see what we got. Who is more likely to be bashing Crafty? I can answer this one. I was the green room mafia.
Yeah, man, I think you were living your best life back in the green room, buddy.
Yeah, don't bring me in the film. I'm gonna eat all your food and be completely worthless.
No, you weren't worthless, man. We enjoyed every second you were there.
Well, thank you, man. I love them cookies, but we weren't allowed to eat them because they made our teeth turn colors.
Yeah, you can't have that on screen.
I did learn a trick though. If we put so we could use color theory to make our stains on our teeth disappear.
Well, that's fancy. All right. Well, like I said, usually if I was in costume, man, I had a hard time slowing down to eat or drink anything. So I'm going to give you the Crafty Bashing Award.
Every time you were back there, we had to like force you to drink something, and your face was just
Yeah,
running liquid out of it.
I sweat a
Uh,
lot. Yeah, no, like I said, Dustin's pretty good about making sure I get my fluids in there. But yeah, man, like I said, when I'm dialed in, I just want to go like 100 miles an hour. I love being in the costume, even as hot as it was. I took great pride in being tape head, so I didn't ever want to slow down.
oh, we got a question from Groovy. What do you guys think of the movie Cabin Boy?
Oh, with Chris Elliott? Yeah. I'd say that's money. That's a money flick.
I'm trying to think. With the was he the guy with the he had a little hand in Scary
Yeah, yeah,
Movie? Yeah.
yeah. He's the butler in Scary Movie too.
I mean, he's such a he's I can never think of his name, but he's such a character actor too.
Yeah, Chris Elliott. He's
Yeah, Chris
Woogie and
Elliott.
um, oh shoot, something about Mary. He's been in a ton of movies. I think he was on that TV series Schitt's Creek. He's always a really good actor. But yeah, Chris Elliott, he's hilarious.
Uh, I need to revisit I need to revisit that movie. I haven't seen it since I was like a teenager, and I wonder if I'd appreciate it on a level I didn't back then.
It's hard to say. Like it's aged okay, but yeah, it's a funny flick. It's kind of goofy off the wall thing, but it's fun.
So many weird practical effects in that flick. I'm trying to again. I can't remember a whole lot on the movie. Of course, you
It was
guys do. You guys
it,
are like
it
the
was
movie masters.
it was not a commercial success.
Hey, I mean, sometimes the best stuff isn't. You know what I mean?
Most of my favorites are things that most people would turn their nose up at or give a thumbs down to, and I always find enjoyment in them.
Um, I was trying to think what I was going to tell you. Sorry, my brain dumped it. That's always sucks when you go to ask something and your brain just like. Bleh. All right, we'll jump into the slides. Maybe it'll freshen me up. Is it weird being in movies with your son?
It's a lot of fun, man. It was nice that we got to use some of his archive footage in the new Tapehead movie, so he's still a part of the new one as well. It was kind of a last minute deal. Dustin had a couple other people lined up to be Cliff and Rondo, and had camera lenses rented. We had our people lined up for the first day of shooting, and both of them they ghosted him. So I was able to bring Clayton in, and we got a remix. We got him to be Rondo. So they kind of saved the day, and he came in clutch. He was a little nervous, but it's a lot of fun, man. It was cool to act with him. I got to do the face touch. That's my hand in the Tapehead movie. I had to shimp
Oh,
for
I
that
didn't even
role.
think of
So
that. Yeah, someone had to
yeah,
shimp that.
yeah. He was more comfortable with me doing it, and Rick was a little apprehensive. He didn't know if he wanted to be that creepy. So I threw
Yeah,
him
I don't
that
think
purple
that's
shirt.
Rick's style at all. I don't think he'd be down with that.
No, he's a little more conservative. So it played really well. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun working with him. And on the new movie, he was on set quite a bit. Him and all the kids, Olivia and Lizzie, the two younger girls, were on set, sliming me up, hanging out, moving stuff. Just a big family affair, man. It's a good time.
That's gonna make him grow up cool as hell. Like I wish my dad was like a movie actor. My dad cleaned ditches for a living, and I thought he was cool because he gave us beers when we were riding around with him. And he would like Dukes of Hazard over the railroad tracks, and we'd be all in the air like screaming and stuff and busting our nose on the front of the dash. And we thought our dad was the coolest thing in the world. So I can't imagine dads that did movies how cool that would be.
Yeah, they definitely think I'm the bee's knees or whatever, man. They enjoy it. They're pretty proud of what we do. So I love it. It's fun to have them involved and on set, and then they get to see it all final cut. They get to see what those scenes become on the big screen. They love it.
Oh man, I was watching a lot of clips of the movie. Dustin would send them, and it was so nice to finally see it all together because although I read the script, my brain just like dumped it out. And so when I watched it, it was like watching it for the first time. And I really liked it. I was like, holy shit, how do I get in this movie? This one's awesome.
Yeah, we're super proud of it. I've probably watched it more. Well, him and Megan probably watch it the most because they've been editing and working on this thing for as long as they have. But I watch it as often as I can. It's a lot of fun.
Looks like the Edstrom boys are at it again. Edstrom boys got in a whole lot of trouble. I don't know. Is it even appropriate to reference Dukes of Hazzard? I think it's okay because
Yeah,
we were
you can.
kids when that was on. We didn't know any better.
Yeah, you just can't show the car. That's all.
Yeah. I doubt I'm going to be buying that as my first car anyway. So,
Well, you never know.
oh, I didn't know this. Let's see. Tim Burton was going to direct Cabin Boy, so they tried to write it with a lot of weird Tim Burton style stuff in it. Oh, that kind of makes sense. That's how I felt when I was watching Addams Family. I don't know if you remember the Addams Family movie from the 90s. It had such a Tim Burton vibe, but he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think he's a very pioneering director. You know, a lot of people tried to kind of mimic that style, that dark gothic look.
And you'll think that nobody can, but it's always amazing how people can copy you almost to a T. And it always devalues what you do. So I don't know. All right, let's move on to another one. A bottle was just thrown at Mikey. What red king has his back? Why do we have so many redheads on the team? What's going on?
Gingers, man. Ginger, they're taking over the entertainment biz. Oh, man. Unfortunately, I had just left, which maybe it was fortunate.
I know. I really wish you would have been there. I would have been so tough if you would have been there. I would have been like, I would have ran at him like a ninja or something, you know? Like, oh, you think you're going to mess with my crew? You know, I would have been talking all kinds of shit.
It would have been a bad deal for those guys.
We wouldn't have got our movie done if you guys would have destroyed them, though. That's one thing that I factored in.
Yeah. No, we would have been in trouble for beating up the townsfolk. So
maybe that's just part of living there. Maybe you just got to get in a scrap or two, and then people, and then they leave you alone. You know.
Yeah, we're outlanders. I'm gonna go with Megan on this one. I think she kind of diffused that situation from what I heard. You know, she went over there and took care of business. So,
dude, I'll tell you what, Megan, she is badass. She was the first to run ahead of all of us grown ass men, and get in that dude's face and tell his ass to pick up that glass. And that motherfucker listened.
Yeah, she's tough. Yeah, she's tough.
She had me scared. I'm down there picking up glass, like, okay, Megan, I got this, man.
I'm giving her the credit on that one. Yeah, she's tough.
You need to be tough to keep Dusty Buns in line, though.
Oh, they're a duo. I mean, they're always in each other's head. I mean, the way they work together is awesome.
I love them too, man. Another power couple. There you go.
Oh, absolutely.
I didn't know what a healthy relationship looked like. I always jump into one bad thing after another. And to me, a healthy relationship is my chick super mega hot? No, that's not it. A healthy relationship is someone that supports you and gives a shit about you and is your like, if you're doing a movie, they're your director of photography. You're starting a toy company. They're like, you know, they're bringing up designs, doing 3D stuff. That is a partner. And if they're hot on top of that, that's like an extra bonus, you know? And you guys just got the total package across the board. So
we did, man. Yeah, we're both very lucky to have the support and the spouses that we do.
Yeah, you guys are killing the game. But again, you guys are really good people. And I think that attracts the right kind of people.
It helps.
I'm a bit of a rascal, so I think I attract rascals. Man, I when Evil put on that hat, I was scared of it because it was full of spiders, and he just kind of like dusted off a couple spiders and put it on his head. I would be like looking at every last grain inside that hat, and like I would not put that on my head in a million years.
Oh, he's fearless.
All right, let's see what else. You forget to wash your hands before taking a leak. Which hot sauce do you hope it was? I don't know anything about hot sauces. I just chose random hot sauces. I don't even know if these are good ones. I do have that tape sauce, though.
Yeah. So you're hoping in that scenario that it's the least spicy, you know, the least amount of capsaicin. So that tiger sauce is like a really good sweet sauce, but not a lot of spice. So you definitely hope it's the tiger sauce.
Don't you make your own sauces and stuff?
Yeah, quite a few different recipes that I've had over the years. Groovy, if he's still in here, I usually ship him some when I've got them. Real Time Video used to be a pretty big fan of my sauces. Uh, Dustin and Megan always get first dibs. So yeah, I do quite a few different ones. Really good, like a green sauce, a jalapeno sauce. I have a really good mango pineapple habanero. My tape head sauce is like a hot red sauce. So yeah, I'm always trying something different.
Oh, Groovy just gave you a little love here. His sauces are awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I need to get back in the lab and make some more and get some shipped out to him.
I'm because of my whole, everyone knows I don't eat condiments, but I will eat a little hot sauce, and I eat it like a complete child. Like I put like a little tiny dot on the end, and I'm like, I can't eat this. You know, I'm all freaking out about it. And I have to like really get myself all jazzed up. And when I put it in my mouth, of course, it's great, but it's just the whole fear of eating it. I'm so neurotic sometimes. I hate it. Oh, the mango is dope.
Yeah, dude, that's one of my favorites. It's a real sweet, like a Caribbean sauce. It all depends, you know, if you get really good peppers to start with, that always kind of dictates how good your sauce will be. But yeah, my mango pineapple habanero is super good. It's a great pizza sauce. Put on pizza. It's really good on like fish tacos or chicken. That's a good one.
Oh man, I do like me some spicy pizza. Like if it has like a lot of crushed red pepper or whatever. I know that's technically a condiment, but it's not a liquid condiment. I like it's a spice then.
It's like a spice. I don't think that counts as a condiment technically. So you're off the hook.
I'm not sure what it's missing, but the liquid factor I think is what gets me. But you're used to liquid pouring out of your head, so you got this. You got this.
Yeah, all the orifices.
I meant to mention this earlier. We love you too, brother. Thank you so much for kind of taking me under your wing, Dustin, and being there for me all these years. And thank you so much for your whole team is good to me. So thank you so much. Even when I don't deserve it.
Oh, you always deserve it, bud.
Oh, thanks, man. New York City. I see. For some reason, not all the comments are showing up here. I see a couple from the YouTube page. Looks like Planet the Tapes is here. What up, my man? And he says, this stuff is made in New York City.
Oh, paste picante sauce. Get a rope.
We have to be sort of close in age if you know that reference for sure.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Every once in a while I slip up and date myself.
Dude, I used to try not to, but I'm like, I'd hide my gray hair, I'd hide my my fat body, and now I'm just like, look at me, baby, I'm here. I find the more you are your genuine self, the more people respond to that. So,
just be you, man.
Man, we're gonna get through these a lot quicker than I thought, but I have the show scheduled for an hour, so I was doing 2, but I learned, without a host or anything, like my own co-host, it's really hard to pull off a full 2 hours. So I've kind of worked it down to an hour show. What was your final answer again? I totally forgot.
The tiger sauce. That's the most mild of that lineup.
Why do they always have like they want to brag about it burning your butthole? Like, I don't want my butthole burning.
No, that's the least fun part about the whole scenario.
How about a sauce that's super hot in my mouth and super cool on my booty? You know,
I don't know if that's possible.
I don't know what you'd call that. It probably not as marketable as cool booty, you know.
No, that wouldn't sell.
Did you bond with any of the new cast?
Yeah, I think overall we had a really good connection. The cast and crew, obviously my wife there, we've got a good bond. So Anthony, you know, he was on the first one, and I love working with that guy. He and I have a really good chemistry. You know, if you've seen the movie, which I know you have, and a lot of the people in the chat may or may not have yet, but you know, our scenes together, we really spend a lot of time choreographing and rehearsing. I love working with him. Adam Matson, the other officer there, I've known him for years. That's Dustin's cousin. Haven't known him as well as I have until recently. You know, we got to spend more time together, but he's a natural. He definitely was inexperienced and very anxious about acting in this movie, but he wanted to do it. And what comes across on screen is it's hilarious. I love his character. Drew, when he flew in, Drew Marvick, the legend himself, we got his stuff shot relatively quickly, so we had more time to kind of hang out. We spent some time in between shoots and whatnot, in between scenes, talking, getting to know him. And then we hung out Saturday. Dustin rented the fights, so got to just kind of kick it with him, not in front of the camera. So really good rapport with him, and we kind of kept in touch over the months since. Zoe, she's our lead girl. She was awesome. Again, very inexperienced and very anxious, but she is great. We fed her lines, and she could.
I was gonna say, did you feed her lines? I know you
Oh yeah,
did.
yeah. No, so that's the fun thing to do. My kids kind of get irritated, but whenever we watch the movie, I'm like, see that curtain? I was standing behind it. I'm in that closet. All the places I was hiding, feeding lines. So Emily, who played Faith, we didn't have a lot of scenes together, but I was on set, 99% of the time. So she was very good. We didn't bond as much. Dakota, I think we bonded pretty well. I don't see Hunter on there, but Hunter Foote, who plays Blake Rushmore. He's been up a few times since we finished shooting. He came up for the premiere. Just a super good kid. So I think all in all, man, we really connected. We got a really tight knit group. There's really good chemistry.
I would like to hang out with all those people. I think they're awesome. I still haven't met Anthony, even though I'm in the first movie, but I always feel like I could bond with him pretty good.
Oh, he's the best, and anytime I get a chance to talk about Tapehead, I really try to plug Anthony and what he can do. He's amazing on screen. He's got a naturally funny personality. He's a physical freak. I mean, he's absolutely shredded. He's super acrobatic, amazing at martial arts. He can do the splits, high kicks, roundhouse, backflips, headstands, like anything you could think of that would be like crazy to see on a screen, he could do it. He's got an insane amount of talent. Not to sell myself short or anybody else, but he's got the most potential probably out of any of us. He could go really far. Plus, he's an amazing artist. He did all the art for the cover. He's just super talented in like every aspect, and he's a super good dude. So yeah, like I said, not to put anybody else aside, but even like I said, myself included, anybody, Anthony's got the most potential. He could go as far. Just people need to see him and know what he can do. And I mean, he could get roles and he could get artwork. I mean, he could commission art for movies. He could do a plethora of things. He's a super talented guy.
I've worked with coworkers that aren't even a quarter as talented as Anthony. I'm not even a quarter as talented as Anthony. I am so impressed by his work and his ability and his range in his art style. Like he can do something like super seriously drawn, and then he can do crazy cartoon guys, which are great if you're in the graphic design business. There's no reason why he should have web shooters just shooting money out of them.
That's the thing, like and not to belittle what he can do. This is going to sound like he's not as good, but like he's one of those guys. He can make stacks of money at like the county fair at Disney drawing caricatures, right? But he's in any medium. He's good, oil, watercolors, pencil drawings, colored pen, whatever it is.
Damn karate and shit.
Yeah, that's the, he can draw you the most amazing portrait and then do 20 consecutive backflips and then like a roundhouse kick.
I would hire him. I don't know what. If I had a company, I would hire him. Just do everything you do for us,
Dude, that's the thing. Anybody that's, once eyes get on this and we're very confident that this new movie is going to take off, it's going to grow legs and it's really going to spread and people are going to see, the talent of these people. I think all of us at some point are going to get work in other projects. I'm loyal to Dustin in 3B, so whatever he calls for is first. But yeah, I mean, I think any of us could get gigs.
Well, I'm sure he would be fine if you took other roles. I mean, you're an actor, you got to take roles and keep moving, but hopefully he keeps you busy enough where you can't. I would like to see what you guys are doing next. I have a slide for that, so I'll ask those questions here shortly, but I don't know. Everybody on the team has so many different levels of talent. I didn't see Steve was here. So funny. What up, Steve? I always appreciate the memes and everything you send me on my page. Thank you so much, dude. And he's a local too. We're learning that there's cool people even locally here. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's see. I wanted to include you walking Danny.
Oh, yeah. I really wanted Danny in the movie.
what was this premiere where you look like I saw you guys stand out? I meant to add a video of you guys talking on the thing, but look at that crowd. Look how happy everyone looks. And I went and saw The Flash, and it was not, there was like 7 people in there. You have more than The Flash right now. That's insane.
Yeah, probably 115 people. You know, there was some standing room in the back that we filled in, but yeah, sold out show. And we sold it out about a half hour before showtime. We had, by estimate, about 40 to 50 people that were still trying to come in. So man, we could have sold it out 1.5 times.
And I look like the lobby was pretty full too. And hopefully you guys moved a lot of merch.
Yeah, Dustin said it was a really good merch night. Sold a lot of posters, Blu-rays. We got to sign a lot for people. A lot of headshots were given out. It was a good time. You know, the lobby was packed right away. We opened up at 6. The showtime was 7, and that whole hour in between, you know, people were just coming in, hanging out, wanting to talk to us. It was pretty surreal. Felt like we made it.
You totally made it, dude. I was watching from the sidelines as excited as if I was there. Like I felt like I was smiling ear to ear to see something that my friends worked on actually become something. People sit around, they talk about they're going to do something. And we always mention this about Dustin. When he says he's going to do something, he does the thing. Like there's
it's going to happen.
And or buts about it.
Well, and the thing with that too, so you know the budget was small, and there were no sacrifices made. You know, he still got to make the movie he wanted to make. You know, with more money, we could have added some flash here and there, but realistically, you know, from script to screen, regardless of budget, the movie was still the movie that he set out to make, that's incredible. You know, no corners were cut. He gets creative. You know, when the chips are on the table, you know, he lets that genius kind of come out, and he'll make everything work. You know, so maybe we don't have money for certain effects or props or whatever. So then all of a sudden it becomes, let's make the camera work for us. You know, change the camera angle, light it this way. It's going to play just fine, and it's a phenomenal product. You know, I love the movie. It sounds biased because I'm in it, but you know, I watch it as a fan. You know, I kind of dissociate. I sit down, put that thing in, and it's one of my favorite slasher movies. You know, regardless of who I know or what my part of it was, I love it. I think it's phenomenal.
Well, I'm the type of person that if I'm in something, I'm going to be my worst critic. Like I'm going to hate every scene I'm in. But to be proud of what you've done, that must feel good. That must feel good.
Oh man, I can't even express it.
It looks incredible too. I absolutely love the movie. Oh man, you're making me miss Danny. Thank you.
Oh, I love Danny. I was super excited to have him in the movie.
With the crowd, with the new cast being so young, it's a shame you killed a lot of them off because, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm sorry, guys. Some of them may or may not have been offed. You could bring these guys back for 1 million movies, you know?
Yeah, I can't leave too many survivors though. Then people will question my legitimacy as a villain.
That's true. That's true. And you didn't pull any punches. You guys broke a lot of the horror rules, which is good. I think you should break the rules from time to time.
No, that's what I love about, you know, when he was sending me the script pages, I kind of had an idea. You know, he sent me a rough skeleton of what he was going to do, and then as he started writing it and fleshing out the pages, he'd send them over to me and I'd read it. And even then I would think it was going to turn right and it goes left. And even kind of knowing what to expect, and he was still throwing me for a loop a little bit. I mean, I knew we were onto something.
Oh man. I know you guys aren't wanting to do that third one right away. Well, I'll just go ahead and ask you now, what are you guys doing next?
So I know the next, as far as I know, Dustin might correct me if I'm wrong here, but we want to do a movie with Tyson again. You know, he was phenomenal in Tapehead. He's a natural actor. You know, that kid's going places. We want to do a short called Bike Ninja, which won't spoil anything or get too in depth on that. But Bike Ninja is going to be a ton of fun.
Please have a talking bike, and can I be that bike?
You got to reach out to the man about that one. I don't know I don't know the script yet for Bike Ninja. I know some details, but so I have a role in Bike Ninja. And then the next feature length movie, once we kind of tour, I say tour behind it like we're rock stars, but once we
Yeah,
kind
you
of get
are
out
rock
and
stars.
once we promote Tapehead, The Return of Jacob Cobb, and really get it out there, the feature length follow up is an anthology that Dustin's been really wanting to do. So I do have a role in that one. I get to play an unmasked character, flex my acting chops a little bit. So yeah, pretty ambitious project, but yeah, big anthology that he wants to do. And then, like I said, in between time, we're gonna hit everybody with Bike Ninja.
Let's see. Bike Ninja is going to be a fun little mock trail. Dude, you need to make that a whole movie while you can. Your son's going to age out of the role, and both of your sons, they're becoming men.
Oh yeah, they don't
I
look like
didn't
kids anymore.
recognize him. I saw a picture of him the other day, and I couldn't even tell it was him. That's crazy. If it wasn't for the hair,
Yeah,
you know.
he's been growing it. Actually, he's been growing the hair out since we filmed the first tape head. So yeah, he's got that whole rock star mane going on.
You
Big
guys could
6
do a
foot kid.
stoner comedy.
He's hilarious. I'd like to get him in front of the camera a little bit more in some kind of project. His comedic timing is hilarious. He's always getting us.
For a young kid, I thought he was cool to chat with. I kept forgetting he was like young, it was like hanging out with one of the dudes,
Yeah, he's always kind of been like that, very comfortable around my friends. And, when he was little, I wasn't one of those parents that ever was like, hey, my friends are coming over, go to your room. He sat with us and we didn't involve him in, no inappropriate conversations, but he was always, whether it was music or movies, he was always in the conversation, always offering some pretty intelligent conversation. And the funniest thing still to this day, him and Remix are really good buds. When they get together, they start talking about all kinds of in-depth tech talk or comic books or Star Wars or whatever. He's at home with all of us. That's his place.
Having good homies you can nerd out with is important. Remix always slides me some funny texts. I think the dude's hilarious and he doesn't realize it. Some of the videos he sends me would be viral if he posted them.
Yeah, he knows what he's got.
Maybe just humble about it for sure. We don't want to give him a big head. We don't want to give him a big head.
No.
Nothing's worse than a funny guy with a big head. You end up like me then. All right. Well, is there anything you want to plug? We're almost at our hour mark. I'm going to play the trailer as we close, but is there anything you want to plug?
No, man. Just thanks for having me on. I'm glad we got to finally do this. Some family stuff came up and I had another obligation we had to reschedule, but I've been looking forward to this, man. Looking forward to chatting with you a little bit. I enjoyed talking to you before we went on air here. It's nice to catch up a little bit. And I love what you're doing, man. I try to catch all your Saturday live shows. I like the format you've got. I like the slides you put together. And man, you've come a long way. Your channel's almost at 1,000 subs. So I'm always watching what you do.
It's been so hard.
Yeah.
This last 50, they'll go up and down like all day long. It'd be like, you'll gain 3, I'll lose 4. I'll gain 3, I'll lose 4. I'm like, it's driving me insane.
Yeah, I'm always watching what you're doing, man. Like I said, you're one of the home team. You're one of our guys, and so I'm always rooting for you. I'd love to see what you got going on, and I say you're real close to that 1,000 subs.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you so much. You've been a pleasure to chat with. We'll close you out with a little bit of, let's see what we got something here. We need to get you monetized, dude. Yeah, dude, my lights, they're about ready to go off. No, I'm all right for a while. I did plan ahead a little bit. I wasn't completely irresponsible. Oh, we got of course, Evil Dead comes right at the end here. Hey, I know that guy. He killed me twice. He needs to get some vengeance on you, man.
Hey, one of these days, maybe. One of these days.
I feel like Evil could still be alive from the first movie, the way he went out. Stu from Scream, he got hurt a lot worse than Evil, so I feel like Evil can come back.
Maybe. But so Evil from the first one, he's pretty dead. I think Clem is definitely dead. So
can I come back as a puppet or something? I want to be a puppet.
The guy who writes these things.
Oh, I trust me. I harass him all day long, but he's very set in his ways, and he knows when to tell his friends no.
Yeah, no, he's got a vision. We knew that we were going to take a more serious tone with this one. We really wanted to get into that. He loves the final chapter. Friday 4 is his thing. and he definitely really wanted to kind of pay tribute to something like that. So I think we did it.
Well, thank you so much, Dill. I had a great time, and I'm going to play your trailer and get everybody all lamped up for it if I can get it queued up here. And thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, bud.
"20 years ago, a prank took his life.
Remember, you can't tell anybody about this or you're dead.
A curse was born. The quiet little town of Brower, Illinois moved on.
So what happened?
One day, he just up and disappeared. I say it doesn't add up. There's something we're missing here.
Until
My husband, God rest his soul, he was obsessed with that video store. All kinds of weird things used to happen there.
Yeah, fascinating. Hope you sell the rest of your shit, lady.
What's all that?
We hit a bunch of garage sales today and got all these movies and stuff.
Yeah, check it out. Thought we could maybe like hook this thing up, see if there's any like homemade porn, snuff films.
You guys bought VCR and Rewinder? You know you don't really need this. Was this supposed to sound like that? Probably not, but it's seen better days.
At least it still works.
Must be my lucky day.
and now Jacob is back.
911, what's your emergency?
My friends, there's blood everywhere. They're all hurt. They're hurt real bad.
Sir, are you there?
No, I'm sorry. No.
Tapehead, the return of Jacob Cobb.
It's Brower, Illinois. What's the worst that could happen?